Hello everyone and welcome to another riveting episode of Call of Duty Black Ops Zombie Mode Weapons List. Today we're talking about submachine guns, or SMGs. We have the MPL, the AK-74U, the PM-63, the MP-40, MPK-5, and the Spectre. This is a good size list, so let's whittle it down and see what we got. First up on the list is the MPL. This is of course a fully auto SMG. It holds 24 rounds and takes almost 3 seconds to reload. Now this upgrades to the MPL LF. The upgrade has a larger ammo capacity and precision sight. Now the MPL is a great weapon. It's usually the first one that I buy due to the route that I usually take. It's definitely good for the earlier rounds. It's very devastating in the earlier rounds, but it definitely loses its effectiveness after only maybe 8, maybe around 9. This weapon, like all SMGs, is not a very powerful weapon, so not the greatest weapon for the later rounds, mainly due to the fact that the upgrade doesn't increase the damage or really do anything to help you dispatch the zombies. All it does is increase the ammo capacity and give you a precision sight. I mean, I don't need a precision sight for an SMG. I'm just spraying bullets, and the larger ammo capacity is nice, but yeah, after round 12, even the upgrade is pretty much just useless. Okay, next up is the AK-74U. This is of course a fully auto SMG. Holds 20 rounds and reloads in about 2.5 seconds. Now this upgrades to the AK-74FU2. Yeah, I know they got a little creative with that one. The upgrade has a precision sight, larger ammo capacity, and does more damage. Now, in my opinion, this is one of, if not the best SMG there is, and probably one of the best off-the-wall weapons as well. It's definitely one of, if not the most powerful SMG in the game. It's a pretty devastating weapon. Here I'm at round 9, and this is still a very effective weapon. Most SMGs are losing their effectiveness at this point. And what really makes this weapon shine is the upgrade. Unlike the MPL, which just gave us that precision sight and more ammo, this does the same thing, but it also increases the damage. Obviously, for the later rounds, that's what you want, increased damage. You can continue to use this weapon well into the teens, if not maybe around 20 as a secondary weapon, even as a main weapon probably up until maybe like somewhere between 16 and 20 when it's upgraded. The increase in damage isn't a huge increase, but it's definitely enough to make a difference. It's definitely enough to make this worthwhile, and yeah, one of these times hold on to it, upgrade it, see what you think. Okay, the PM-63 is fully auto SMG. It holds 20 rounds, takes about 2.5 seconds to reload. Now this upgrades to the Tokyo and Rose. This upgrade makes the weapon dual wield. There's a few things I like and don't like about this weapon. I'll start with the like. It is a pretty accurate weapon, especially for an SMG, both from the hip and down the sights. It has that built-in grip that you saw, so that actually makes a pretty big difference. But it feels a little underpowered. It's only 20 rounds. You know, most SMGs are going to have a smaller ammo capacity, but yeah, I don't know. The accuracy does help, but it really does feel underpowered. I mean, here I am in round 5, and I'm already using several rounds to take these things out. Now, and it's a rare event, but I really hate this upgrade. Making this weapon dual wield is a huge error, because this weapon really, like I said, its main strong point is the fact that it's accurate. So even though it's a little weaker, you can use a few less rounds just because of the fact that it's more accurate, so you know you're hitting your mark. With the dual wield, I mean, it's nice and it can be fun, but yeah, you lose all your accuracy. So, and it doesn't increase the damage or anything like that. It just makes it dual wield. So yeah, in the later rounds, this weapon is completely useless, and I wouldn't recommend getting it. The MP40 is a fully auto SMG, holds 32 rounds, and takes about 3 seconds to reload. Now this upgrades to the Afterburner, which has a larger ammo capacity and does more damage. Okay, the MP40 is it's a pretty good upgrade from most SMGs. I like the larger ammo capacity. 32 rounds is a lot of rounds to have in an SMG. It has a slow rate of fire, much like the AK, but I kind of like this in the submachine guns, as long as they're powerful enough to back that up, because when you have a high rate of fire, you can tend to waste rounds because in the time it takes you to realize that you've killed a zombie, another round has left the chamber at that zombie. So you end up going through some rounds. Now, with this upgrade, it's a particularly devastating weapon for SMGs, and in my opinion, it's one of the better upgrades as far as SMGs go. Again, a larger ammo capacity. It already had a large ammo capacity, so now you're talking about 64 rounds. And that's a ridiculous amount of rounds to have in an SMG. That's more rounds than you would expect to see in an assault rifle, let alone an SMG. So that's pretty awesome right there. The increase in damage definitely works. I mean, you can see here in this video that I'm pretty much one-shotting on the head, and like a few shots to the body, which is pretty good at round 16. I don't think you could use this as a main weapon after round 16, but if I had to use it for a secondary piece, I would. If I was struggling for ammo, I don't know that I would grab this off the wall at a later round, but if I had the points to upgrade it, I would. The MPK-5 is fully auto submachine gun. It holds 30 rounds and has a 3.5 second reload time. That is upgrades to the MP-115 Collider. The upgrade has a larger ammo capacity and does more damage. Now the MPK-5 is a pretty good SMG. It's got a built-in grip just like the PM63 did, so again it has an improved accuracy, but I like the larger ammo capacity as compared to the PM63. It's 30 rounds as opposed to 20, and it feels like it's a little more powerful. It's a slower rate of fire, but like I stated earlier, I kind of like the slower rate of fire as long as the weapon has the power to back it up. Now when you upgrade this weapon, it becomes pretty good. As far as SMG upgrades go, it's pretty good, but I don't feel like it's as good as the AK or the MP40 as far as the upgrades go. The power upgrade doesn't feel like enough. Even in round 11, I don't know, it just feels like it's suffering. Like, I mean, as I'm watching this video, it's like it's round 11, and I'm using just as much, if not more, rounds as I was when I was using the MP40 in round 16. So yeah, for me, it could be better, but it's more accurate than the MP40. So ups and downs, I guess. It's a good weapon overall. I would use it as a side piece for a while, but yeah, not for the long haul. The Spectre is a fully auto SMG. It holds 30 rounds and reloads in 3 seconds. Now this upgrades to the Phantom. The upgrade increases the ammo capacity, gives it a precision sight, and it does more damage. Okay, now the Spectre is the only SMG that comes out of the box. Like a few of the other SMGs, it does have a grip. I like that. I like the fact that it's got 30 rounds. It doesn't feel too underpowered. In fact, considering its rate of fire, it's got a pretty good amount of power, because usually the faster the fire rate, the less damage it has. So it's not a bad weapon. It costs less than the other SMGs, because the other ones off the wall are going to cost $1,000 or $1,250. But since this one's from the box, it's $950. But it works good for the earlier rounds. But when you're in the late rounds, you're short on ammo, you're hitting the mystery box hoping for that good weapon that's going to save you, and then you get this, you're usually not that happy about it. It's not that great. But the upgrade actually feels pretty good, and I was actually surprised how much the upgrade does to this weapon, because it makes a huge difference. The larger ammo capacity is pretty good, 45 rounds. It's one of the better for the SMGs. It does make it more powerful, and it's pretty much on par with the MP40 or the AK-74 as far as the power goes when you upgrade this weapon. If I had a complaint or a problem with it, I don't know, they keep wanting to put precision sights on these SMGs, and I just feel like that's excessive and unnecessary. But like most upgraded SMGs, this is good for a secondary weapon. Wouldn't use it as a main weapon in the later rounds, but it's a pretty good upgrade. I like it. Okay, so SMGs, guys. These are pretty good weapons, and they're pretty crucial weapons in my opinion, in the earlier rounds anyway. SMGs are one of the best ways to get points. The fact that they're fully auto, you're going to get more points from these than other weapons. So in the earlier rounds, when you really need to start racking up points, that's where these come into play in my opinion. In the later rounds, they can work as secondaries, But yeah, they're usually not going to be mains, and usually there's better secondaries that you could have as well. So so yeah, these are good weapons to do in the beginning, especially since most of them are off the wall. So in the earlier rounds, before you can find or make your way to the mystery box, you know, you're gonna grab one of these off the wall. You're gonna rack up a bunch of points, and then you're gonna find the mystery box and then buy something different and eventually replace this. So you know, they definitely have their purpose. And I don't think I would get very far in the game if they didn't have them. So you know, use them where needed. But hope you guys enjoyed this, and yeah, I'll see you guys laters.